Okay. Fuck. Hey, what's up? Let me change my title. I got Shit Show Saturday today. Bop, bop. Shit Show Saturday. Poo poo. All right. So, yeah, today's not Poggers. It's PogChamp. All right. So, couple of things. Number one, I'm not playing Final Fantasy today, but I am going to play it at some point, and Vigors wants to know what class I'm going to play, so I need to figure out what class I'm going to play. I just got asked today, so. Yeah, there's an Among Us fighting game, which is cool. Final Fantasy MMO classes? Yeah, no, Vigors wants to do like me, him, I think Moon. I don't know who else is on the list. I have to see. Let me see. Scrolling up. No, I don't know. 5 others, apparently. Apparently the raids are 8-man. So we're going to have like a full 8-man group. Go in, play the game through and through. Beat the raids as an 8-man party. But that means we have to have, like, you know, the right amount of tanks, the right amount of healers, and DPS, and range DPS, yada, yada, yada. So we need to know what class we're all playing before we start. When? I don't know. Great question. I have no fucking clue. Let me ask him. It might be in a month. Oh, yeah, Final Fantasy is about jobs, not classes, right? I don't want to play a tank, and I don't want to play a healer. That's the truth. I do want to play a DPS. The new raids come out in a month. You seem like a mage type. Swapping weapons swaps your class. Interesting. See, I don't know these things. Like, do you have to spec into the weapon? I don't know. Your brain doesn't work for a DPS character. Why do you say that? Huh. Interesting. Anyways. I think I remember liking the Black
and welcome
Mage.
to Ginger. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you started.
Data centers,
with
regions,
your character.
character creation, does race matter?
Wall creations, the look that is just really
Okay, I'll decide that. Whatever the fuck I want. Doesn't matter.
as well. So they're a lot of fun to play. Personally, they're my
Gladiator.
favorite currently in this expansion. Dealing machine. Pick this if that's kind of your style and personal with the varying fists and martial arts. Pick this if that's
Disciples
kind
of
of your style
War.
and that's your aesthetic that you want to go for. Now, one of
Gladiator,
the things I will say,
Pugilist,
because
Martyr,
you can
Lancer,
play
Archer.
multiple jobs on every character, it's important to note that if you really, really love a job, note that with updates that can change. So it's very important to either have a couple of different jobs in the different roles. Jobs in the same, you'll end up agreeing. Said it's
What is everyone's saying? Lancer is good. What does a Lancer do?
So channel Marauder.
Okay, shut up, Marauder. Get off my screen.
That you get. So if your ass evolves into Dragoon, this is another melee DPS. A spear has a little bit better survivability.
Oh, it becomes a Dragoon. Okay.
That Dragoons make excellent floor tanks as the 6th role in the game. The reason is if you're playing Dragoon, you'll end up being so focused in on your rotation. They do have a very, or at least a varied complex rotation for their skills to really maximize out their DPS. And with that rotation, I often find myself getting tunnel vision and standing in things that I shouldn't be standing into, and thus taking damage that I really shouldn't be taking damage with. But overall, Dragoons make an excellent job to this game, and they shouldn't be ignored for any reason in that into now. You have Archer, which becomes Bard. This is the only option for ranged.
I need to ask someone who's played WoW and Final Fantasy, what has more complex rotations? Obviously, TBC WoW is a joke. That's obvious. But like Mythic, Retail, WoW, what is more difficult? Unironically. It's frustrating because every person who plays Final Fantasy say Final Fantasy's harder. Every person who's going to play WoW is going to say WoW's harder. But who has played both? Ask Rich. Let me just call Rich. Let's see if he answers. Okay, send friend request. Oh, wait, no. He added me. I never accepted. Okay. Excellent. I'm just going to call him out of nowhere. See what he does. Rich. Okay, that's great, Rich. I'm on stream as well. I need to know, what is more difficult? World of Warcraft, Mythic, Rating, Rotation, or Final Fantasy? But what's more difficult? Oh, hold on. They can't hear you. Hold on. It's important you don't talk yet. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to fix this. I know how to fix this. Okay, you can speak.
It's just like they're kind of not comparable. Like they're very different games. The mechanics themselves are going to be way more different than your rotation. I think. Would you want to be playing melee or would you want to play range?
I don't know. I have to pick something. I don't know.
So one of the things that's really different about your rotations is you're gonna have a really long global cooldown, and then when you're in that global cooldown, you have a bunch of stuff that's off the GCD, and you're gonna like kind of weave in a full second rotation that's off your GCD during like I think it's 2.5 seconds. I play Machinist, which is really easy. Like it's easier than most stuff in WoW. But
Okay.
if you look at some of the melee, I would say it's way harder than WoW. So I think there's a pretty big range, and the mechanics themselves.
Then Mythic Retail.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that so a lot of the stuff's going to be easier, but the ultimates are harder, but it's also different. So like an ultimate fight, it's only one fight, but it's basically 3 bosses. So you have like a 18-minute long fight instead of an 8-minute long fight. So there's just more time to mess up and more time to make mistakes, and you have to be perfect for 18 minutes. Like T is one of the best fights I've ever done in my entire life.
Interesting.
If you boosted and just tried to do T, I think you would enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Apparently, I have a group of people. 7 of us or 8 of us are going to go through the whole game. Just as a group. I don't know what
I think you'll like it. Are you going to do story at all or no?
I have no clue. I just know we have to decide what classes we're going to play, so we have an actual like raid group. A competent raid group. Like someone has to play tank, people have to play healer, etc. And I want to pick a DPS before someone else does. So
I would play, if you want to play melee.
I don't necessarily want to play melee. I'll play a caster too. I'm good with that.
So I think that being a caster would be super fucking hard for you to just jump in, because movement in the game feels really different from WoW. So you're gonna have like a lot of downtime, and when you're trying to actually deal, like Black Mage, for example, is the closest thing to Mage in WoW. Like you drop ley lines, which is super similar to dropping a Rune of Power, and you need to just stand in it. And you need to know all the mechanics so well to be able to actually keep your uptime during your rotation. If you wanted to play a caster, you should play Red Mage. It's probably the easiest caster to play. I'm
gonna play the hardest caster because of the words you just said.
Then you should. Black Mage is the hardest thing to play
in the game.
Yeah,
Black
think so.
Mage.
Yeah, my one friend is like one of the Black Mages that has the world first clear for T. So if you want to meet him, I can link you two together, and he can teach you how to play.
I don't need to be taught how to play. I will figure it out my damn self.
All right, man.
Black Mage.
Right. Yeah, you should play Black Mage.
Okay, done.
Actually, you know what, Chance? I think you should try Blue.
Why Blue Mage? What does
You
Blue
should
Mage
try
do?
Blue Mage, man. That's what the real players play. I think you should give Blue Mage a little bit of a go. Dude, I will say one thing. I think that you should play the story. It's going to take you a really long time, but I think that you should play the story.
I have
think that you
people
will like it.
literally gouging out their eyeballs at the thought of me doing story right now. Just saying.
Really?
Yes, they're saying, please, God, no. Also, they're
It
saying
didn't go
Pepe
well
Life
for the
Blue Mage.
last guy who boosted. It did not go well for the last guy that boosted. That's all I'm going to say. I'm pretty sure he's still playing Bloons right now.
Who is that?
All the weebs are mad at Quinn69. He still hasn't found the eels to this day.
Okay, but the problem is there's 8 of us.
Yeah, you should.
And so
you should
the
boost.
story is super weeb and long as fuck.
The thing with the story is it is very long. It is super weeb, but there's a lot of the emotional scenes involve animals, so I feel like it's the type of story you would like.
What does that mean?
I can't give you spoilers right now. I'm not gonna just tell you the story. The other problem with the story that I will be 100% transparent about, it sucks for like a solid probably like 3 weeks of gameplay, 2 weeks of gameplay. The story sucks.
Okay, that is a really long time.
Yeah, but then after that, it's so good.
For what, a week? Because I feel like I'd be done in 3.
Some people might say it's because I stalled a lot, but it was a solid 4 months of gameplay for me.
Okay, so you're slimming it down to 2 weeks because you're accounting for your stalling.
I think you're a little bit faster than me, or so I've heard.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to play Black Mage, and I know I can do it because this game's not hard.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well, if you
even
need someone to
difficult.
play with, if you need someone to play with, hit me up. I'm going to play Albion for a little while, but I'll be around later tonight.
Albion is dead. Why are you playing that?
It's a sponsored stream.
Dude, hey, have fun, man. I love Albion. I love Albion, bro.
Sodapoppin just said that he loves Albion. Please don't take away my sponsored stream. Anybody who's
I love
watching right now.
Albion. Have fun. Fuck. Whoo. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh God. I can love Albion.
Years, and he never accepted my friend request on Discord until I had a sponsored stream, and then he lost me the sponsor.
Oh fuck. Okay, let's move on. Let me find Black Mage. I want to see what the hell's going on. I don't actually want to like stress out my brain. I want to be able to just enjoy the game and not be stressed the entire time. So I may not play Black Mage, but I am enticed by it. Because I do actually want it to be difficult. I'd be even more sad if I pick a class that's just a fucking joke and I find the game to be too easy. Even though I know, like, your class can be difficult, but if there's anything like World of Warcraft, playing a class perfectly is just as hard as playing any other class perfectly, in my opinion. At least at the highest level.
Behind it.
Okay, where the hell is Black Mage? Why did he not even go over that shit? Hello?
Movement and
What is this? Fucking
overall,
transmog?
You could go into Summoner, which is a caster DPS with a pet. So that's kind of how.
Is it like Arcanus and it goes into Black Mage? Find a new video. All right. Final Fantasy MMO jobs. Let me word this differently. Best newcomer classes / jobs. Let's just see this.
Welcome to another video, this time featuring my personal recommendations about turn into the linked job. For example, a gladiator will become a paladin when completing its respective job quest, while the archer will become a bard. Which also means these classes are your only real option to start with, because jobs like Dark Knight or Machinist require you to have progressed into a certain point in the main scenario quest and have reached level 50. Yet there are easy and straightforward methods to switch your starter class and job into another one later, combined in level range to jump. While all style, caster is the biggest supporter role, due to not having the requirement to stick to the boss's melee range or being forced to stand still to get out your next magic spell. And when looking at the respective role competition, Machinist and Dancer are unlocked much later, and especially on the Machinist you're sent back to level 30, when you have already reached level 50 with your main job, so you could actually lose some progress with it. On the other hand, if that is something you can...
Alright, someone donated a link. I'm gonna fucking click it. Burr, 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 burr. Alright.
That it throws around and kills its enemies.
Oh, I've
with
seen
belly
this.
Dancing. It has the lowest personal DPS.
Is this the class that like is just a meme? Yeah, we don't care about that. Intro, Dark Knight, Gunbreaker, Paladin, Warrior, Samurai, Monk, Dragoon, Ninja, Machinist, Bard, Dancer, Black Mage here. So this is the hardest to play.
And explosions, and a whole lot more explosions. This is the magic version of the selfish DPS class, and specializes in longer cast times that deal super high damage with the trade-off that you're trying to minimize your overall movement. Black Mage's rotation goes through an ice phase where it...
Okay, so the reason it's hard is because all of its casts take a long time, and you need to know when you can stand still and cast it, etc. Is that essentially what's going on here? Okay.
Rates mana, and a fire phase where it spends all of its mana on the really heavy-hitting attacks. Shadowbringers added a finisher to the fire phase called Despair. Black Mage has a continuous damage buff you want to keep up called Enochian, which allows you to use the heavier hitting spells, and if you have it up long enough, it unlocks a special void-looking attack called Xenoglossy. There's now also a way to keep your ice phase up during downtime. Summoner. It uses a book, but it's not trying to be smart with it. It's mostly picture books. Summoner is our pet DPS job. There's Ifrit for single target.
Interesting.
Garuda for
Summoner.
AoE, and
What is a
sword
res
with
mage?
A focus thing attached to it. This is the job that combines black magic and white magic together in order to do magic casting while also doing physical damage as well. Red mage is special because every other
red
spell
mage.
that it cast is instant with the dual cast trait. So you will hard cast the shorter spells
Said res,
and then
so I thought it was
instant
like-
cast the longer ones. You'll
What
do
about
this
white
while it
mage?
uses a cane. White mages draw on the aether all around them from nature in order to do really big bursty heals
Healer.
or regens. As for its heals, it's very straightforward. You got Cure 1 and
What is Scholar?
in shielding the party from all the damage.
Okay, Disc Priest.
They heal by looking up at the stars.
Another healer. Okay, and then that's the outro. Fuck. Do I want to stand still?
Ninjutsu abilities, which, depending on the order you push them in,
Naruto.
will change the attack that it performs. You have things like an attack speed buff, or an AoE on the ground that looks like dirt. Shadowbringers added a cool effect.
So it said
where
play
you
the
can
streamer
augment
class.
some
What
of
is
the
that?
Ninjutsu abilities. If
Well, here's Dragoon. Everyone
it
pog
uses
champed
a
at this.
spear. They kill dragons, and the reason why they're so sharp is because even if a dragon eats them, they can still kill the dragon on the way out. Dragoon also has 2 combos, but instead these are longer combos. Most of the other physical jobs in the game are 3-part combos. Dragoon is 5. It's a very static rotation that you're going to do one combo and then the other combo, and you're always going to stick to that, but it has a whole lot of off global cooldowns that you're going to use in between them to keep it interesting. It centers around keeping up a buff called Blood of the Dragon. However, when you collect 2 Eyes of the Dragon and you activate Ger Skogul, you unlock Life of the Dragon, where you glow red instead, and you unlock even more powerful heavy-hitting attacks, including
Dragon.
Stardiver.
All right.
It's got a...
Looks cool.
Instead, your body is the weapon. Monk has 2 combos. Sounds straightforward? It is. But each one of those has a positional requirement. Every single one. All the other melees only have a handful of positionals. Monk takes that and says, I want all of them. Shadowbringers also gave Monk a 4th Grease Lightning stack, which makes them attack even faster and harder than before. It builds up a resource called Chakra that it can use on a single target attack or a ranged attack, and other buffs that mostly work around its 2 separate combos. It does really high
I don't care if it's old information. It gives me an idea.
For 0 party utility besides their big damage. Samurai's
Yeah, I like this.
and offers 0 party utility besides their big damage. Samurai's core rotation works around 3 separate combos. Each time you finish a combo, you earn a sticker, or otherwise known as a sen. You spend these sen on powerful iaijutsu moves, and the move changes depending on how many stickers you had when you use it. If you use it with 1, you get a dot. With 2, you get an AoE attack in front of you, and with 3, you get a heavy-hitting single-target attack. It also has another resource called Kenki that you build up and you use on heavy-hitting attacks. And it smashes with the axe. Warrior doesn't care about mitigating damage. They're just all about, hit me anyway. I can take it, just hit me. It's got 2 combos. One that applies a damage buff, and one that builds its wrath gauge more.
All right. I'm looking at red mage, black mage, monk. Is there like a range like archer type class? Does that not exist in this game? Besides like guns, like who shoots bows? Bard is bow. Oh, really? Oh. All right.
MMO has one, this is ours. But not only can you shoot arrows, you can also sing songs and help your party members do things. And its rotation is in the middle ground of a static rotation with an RNG rotation. It cycles through 3 different song modes, and each song has a different effect
You
on
can't
your
play
rotation.
Sam
Mostly
or
you're
Red
keeping your
Mage
dots up and
until you
spamming
reach
burst
level
shot
50.
for
Okay.
procs on Refulgent Arrow. You've also got a new gauge called the Soul Gauge, which is used on Apex Arrow, and it does more damage the higher the gauge is. For utility, you've got stuff like
I also remember there's no recount. So like, even if I do really bad, no one in my team will know I'm doing bad. Oh, there is? Oh, fuck. All right. Wait, I actually love that, though. It means I can tell when I'm doing bad.
an explosion.
I remember I was really pissed that there was no recount because it, like, fucking hurt people's feelings. It said there is, but you don't bring it up. Yeah. Like, apparently it's illegal. It's like T-morphing in WoW, essentially.
a whole lot more explosion.
Would I be... Well, that's the thing. Could I stream with recount? Yeah, just don't be toxic about it. Or don't talk in-game about it. Okay.
This is the magic.
All right. Because I'm going to yell at Vigors if I out-DPS him. And again, it's going to... If he out-DPSs me, it's going to go that way as well.
Uses a magic stick and explosions and a whole
I think I like black... Fuck, I just don't... I don't like that I have to, like, actually sit still
more
so much.
explosions. This is the magic version of the selfish DPS class and specializes in longer cast times that deal super high damage with the trade-off that you're trying to minimize your overall movement. Black Mage's rotation goes through an ice phase where it regenerates mana and a fire phase where it spends all of its mana on the really heavy-hitting attacks. Shadowbringers added a finisher to the fire phase called Despair. Black Mage has a continuous
Red Mage, then you Papega. Yeah, you might be right.
It uses a sword,
But it just
with a
looks so
focus thing
stupid and
attached
ugly.
to it.
All right, I don't want to sit on this too much. I'm going to tell Vigor black or red mage. Black or red mage, by the way, is what I'm going to play. DPS. All right, I just need to figure that out. Moving on. I got a shit show Saturday today. Summoners cringe, don't care. Check this video for a quick DPS guide. No. It's a black mage then, because you can't be a red mage. All right, fuck it. Vigor says I have to be level 80 by the 3rd. I'm asking if he means by December. For what? For Final Fantasy. Can I not buy a boost? But I won't know how to play then. Yes, I'm actually going to play Final Fantasy. Unironically, yes, I am. But I'm trying to find out what the details here are. Oh, you buy a 70 boost. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna call Vigor. Hang on. Answer my call now. He's okay. Shiny said, "Boost, you won't have time to do all the shit." So Shiny's listening. But Shiny's one of the people I'm playing with. It seems. I don't know. It's me, Shiny, Moon, Vigor, and I do not know who the other 4 are going to be. Apparently, probably like someone in that, like Sure4, probably. Actually, maybe Sure4 will. I don't know if he's playing. Oh, okay, so it's Vigor playing Dark Knight or Tank. I'm playing a DPS. Moon's playing a healer. Sure4's playing Summoner. Odoron's playing Samurai. Fred's playing Red Mage. Garrick's a Paladin or Gunbreaker. Tank. Curly is an Astrologian. Healer. What should I play? Like, Final Fantasy nerds out there. Looking at this list, what should I play? Like, I don't know if there's, like, comps or something. Like, do we need a buff? Healer. Do you only need 2 tanks, 2 healers? I guess that's how it is. Physical ranged is missing. Said 2 tanks, 2 melee, 1 range DPS, 1 caster DPS, 2 healers is standard, but we have 2 casters. So I should play a melee DPS. That would be best. Or ranged. I mean, that's the thing. I was going to play a black mage. But I feel like that's terrible for this. Plaid Dragoon, they give raid wide crit buff. Cringe, don't care. I'm thinking monk. What time is it? 5? Okay. Do I have any other games I want to queue up? Do I have... Oh, God, I got to download Final Fantasy. Fuck. All right. Where do I download this game? I want to kind of know what's going on before I really get into it. What is it? Final Fantasy Online? What is it called? XIV. It's on Steam. Do I own it? This? Don't buy it on Steam. If you have the Steam version, have to do on Steam. If you own Windows, what's wrong with the Steam version? Steam is fine, don't listen. The FF Frogs don't like the Steam version. Is that actually it? Steam version is worse for buying expansions. Okay, Steam's fine. I don't care. I have enough money to not care. Let's just go with that.